Now,
and then there's a big weekend of fights.
Yes, there were. And
so did you illegally stream? Which one did you illegally stream?
I saw every fight legally because the UFC was on Fox.
That's true.
And I watched
Bellator was on Paramount Network.
I watched. I personally thought it was a really fun fight to watch. Matt Mitrione.
How did you score it?
Well, okay.
Matt Mitrione fought Roy Nelson Friday night Bellator heavyweight championship.
So personally, tournament. I've never seen Matt look better on his feet.
Agree.
He looks like he's in great shape. He's a great athlete. Throwing uppercuts, that beautiful jab.
His lead uppercut was amazing.
Tagging the shit out of Roy. Roy never landed a couple shots, but very few. So overall, Matt just landed more shots. Now, there's maybe nobody more rugged than Roy Nelson. There's maybe nobody whose head doesn't even move. He's like, what? Oh, cool.
Unless he fights Marquardt.
Yes. But otherwise, he's like, oh, good. Matt Mitrione, giant, puts everybody to sleep. You're hitting me? Cool. I'll just keep walking towards you, and I'm going to take you down. Here's why I gave it to Matt. I thought that Roy did a great job taking him down for the first round, first two. He wasn't doing anything. Then he put him in the crucifix. And I saw Matt's arm. I go, watch your fucking arm. I knew he was going to put him.
It's Roy's thing. Well, it's Roy's thing.
But also you could see his arm. But again, and Roy had the control and everything else. And Roy, look, I mean, Roy's. I wish Matt. I don't know. Roy's got to be a hard guy to not get taken down by. I don't know. I was like. But either way, he took him down. You got to give him points for that. But I give the edge to Matt.
I honestly scored it a draw.
You did?
I think they should have done an overtime. I gave it.
That's fair.
I gave Matt the first two rounds. I gave that third round 10-8. And they asked Big John. He goes, when the guy's typically in that position, he goes, it's hard to say unless you're the referee and see the damage Matt's taken. Yep. But typically, yes, that'd be a 10-8 round.
The only thing is that here's why I wouldn't give it a 10-8 round. Matt got out of it. Matt ultimately escaped.
But he escaped after a minute, and he was controlled for 4 minutes of the round.
Sure, but in a way, if you get out of it and you have the wherewithal to get back up and fight again,
he didn't get back up.
He didn't. He got taken down again. Actually,
he didn't get back up.
Yeah.
And I don't know. No one got robbed. No one got. I hate when people say
it was a very good fight.
I don't think anyone got robbed. It was a good fight. I thought Matt's stand up looked tremendous.
Yes.
I wish he would have thrown more kicks. I think he was really fucking up with the kicks.
His kicks were great.
I thought Matt looked amazing. For whatever reason, Matt's takedown offense has gotten worse.
Maybe because he's working so much on his stand-up. First time I'd ever seen him throw kicks. I hadn't seen him throw those kicks.
Matt can kick.
Effective kicks.
Matt can kick.
And then great punching. Really
his footwork was great.
Looks in shape. Better shape than I've ever seen him.
I had a draw, and I wanted to see, because you know what happens in a tournament? They'd go to overtime round, which I think was the necessary thing to do there so we have a clear-cut winner, especially in a tournament format where you're fighting for the heavyweight world championship. Yeah. You go to the overtime and then have them do one more round. So then there's a clear winner. Yeah. Because now it's up, and no one got robbed. It was up in the air. I thought the only person who got robbed this weekend was the French gentleman who fought Sage Northcutt.
I didn't see that fight. Robbed. That was the only fight I didn't see. Mm-hmm. Really? He did. Shit, I got to watch that. That's the only fight I didn't see. Curtis Millender? Take a look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He knocked out Thiago Alves. He looks like a 205er. He's so athletic. First time in the UFC. Totally poised. And doing crazy shit, man. I mean, he is.
I'm not ready to ride this train. Everyone's on this dick train of this gentleman, but Thiago Alves is so old and shouldn't be doing it anymore. Like, it was the easiest fight possible.
He beat Cote. I mean, he's still looking good.
Yeah, you know, old Cote.
Cote was one of his last fights.
He got murked by
he
Mike
was much
Perry.
Bigger than way bigger than Thiago.
Listen. Thiago is a fun guy. He was great for a long time. Thiago with USADA is a complete shell of himself. That's the easiest fight in that division. Mm. I'm not ready to give that kid. And everyone does this with Fassbender. I think Fassbender is the truth. You look at his background, stuff like that, and he fought a more legit guy than Thiago Alves. But everyone, this guy's the next John Jones. This guy's this. I'm like, Jesus Christ! After being Thiago Alves, who's literally 45 years old, he's 45.
Well, he's younger, but he's been fighting a long time.
Long time.
And had a lot of injuries. But I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe, but this kid he's very big for the division. Very fucking big. Tall.
Not bigger than my boy Vic, who's 6'3", lightweight, 155er, who's 9-1 in the UFC now.
That's crazy.
You didn't see his fight either?
I did see his fight.
Went to decision.
Yes. He looked very good. But you know what? Vic definitely doesn't look like the athlete that Curtis Millender is.
Well, I mean, they're different weight classes, but
yeah, Millender's a giant 70. That's crazy. Derek, your boy Derek Lewis. And this kid,
I picked Lewis and Cerrone to win. Derek Lewis did not look great. He in his locker room, he told his corner, "It's gonna be a long night because I don't feel like doing this."
Really?
Yeah, he goes. He said, "I feel lethargic tonight."
There are two things he's got going for him. This guy, Marcin Tybura, he's technical, great on the ground. Had his back. Had him on the ground. I mounted him a bunch and couldn't do anything on the mount. Derek Lewis is ridiculously durable, and more importantly, he's got such sick power.
His power is nuts.
Fucking broke that clinch and boop, 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 and that was it. And
it was an interesting fight.
Yeah, he's still how many has he won now in a row?
Well, he lost his last one to Mark Hunt.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
yeah,
his power is insane.
Insane. Beating everybody else. Look at that.
I want to see him versus Francis now.
Yeah, that'll be a nice old slugfest. That's actually a great fight, just for what it is. It's just going to be two giant dudes just fucking swinging. I got Derek Lewis.
Again, I think Curtis Blades beats Lewis and Francis.
Because of his wrestling.
Yeah. Derek Lewis wrestling and Francis obviously a suspect.
Yeah.
Derek Lewis' power is insane.
It's stupid.
And he's hilarious.
And deceptively fast. Yeah, he's
funny,
hilarious.
Man.
But he's deceptively fast. Yeah,
probably has the best.
Get ready because I'm going deep.
Probably has the best Instagram and Twitter of any fighter.
I'm going deep.
He's hilarious.
What
did you think of Cerrone Yancey?
I thought Cerrone looked phenomenal. I mean, I think, I don't know much about Yancey Medeiros. I think he's number 15 on the rankings or something. He's down there. It was strange. I guess they're close or something, but Donald has that thing. He just gets your rhythm, he gets your distance, and, but he was right there with him. His head was high. Donald looked like his head was high.
Always is.
Yeah, and I was like, I was worried he was going to get caught.
That's the way he fights every fight, brother.
This looked a little bit different. I don't know why.
It's only the way he fights.
But man, he just delivers, man. Pop, pop, pop.
And Ariel made this point, so I don't want to steal from Ariel, but Ariel had a great point where he said, when Donald struggles is when the guy hates him and is a bully.
He said that.
Whenever you become friendly with him is when he gets comfortable and can tee off on you.
Yes.
So when Yancey was giving him the hat, doing all that stuff, I'm like, oh, Yancey, you're fucking up. Because what Donald likes to be is the enforcer, the bully. When he can be the bully, he's going to whoop your, what I'm saying? He can whoop your ass.
He gets emotional. Jorge Masvidal was going to him and stuff.
But Jorge's not going to play that game. Jorge's there to take your head off.
He gets your head.
It's not even that. If Donald knows that you're there and you hate him and you despise him, he gets more nervous and he gets more tense.
Yeah.
I don't think it gets in his head. He just knows he's in for a fucking fight. With Yancey and these other guys.
He wants to keep it playful.
Yeah. And when Donald goes, oh, we're cool, man. He's a buddy. We're not trying to kill each other. Then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
He starts to get loose.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
But, tough night for Yancey.
So Sage Northcutt, how did he look?
Not good, man. I don't.
You never been on the Sage train?
No, and I think Sage. I think he has all the skills. I think the biggest mistake he ever made was signing with the UFC so early. He's at such a disadvantage.
Yeah.
He's such a disadvantage.
18?
Yeah, 19.
He just turned 21.
He just turned 21.
He's still
he's
such a
so
kid.
He's 19.
Such a kid.
You can't really grow in the UFC. It doesn't really work like that. Imagine trying to grow in the NFL or grow in Major League Baseball. Like there's reason there's feeder leagues and amateur stuff like that. So with him, he has so many holes. And how many cans can you give him? At this level, how many cans to build him up? And then when we speak of proteges, if you want a protege, you watch Benavidez on Showtime. First of all, he's 21. And before that, I think he was 19 or 20 when he won his world championship in boxing. Ready for this? This is a protege. Had 0 amateur fights. 0. Not 1. Not 450 like Lomachenko. Not 350 like Triple G. He's the youngest champion ever and has 0 background. That would be a protege. Aaron Pico would
prodigy.
be a prodigy. Aaron Pico would be a prodigy. He's a guy who comes from us world-class wrestling and boxing. He's been since he was 7 and he grows up doing this and he's dominating, world champion, all this stuff. So everyone wants to write Sage Northcutt as his prodigy. It's not there, man.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be, he has so many holes in his game. He's also not great at one thing. Like usually a prodigy like has a boxing background, wrestling background, jiu-jitsu, and they can rely on that to get past these veterans or something like that.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
He's athletic. Yeah. And he looks apart. When I critique a guy, it's nothing. I think Sage is a great person. He's amazing, man. He's basically the Tim Tebow of MMA. He's way closer to God than I am, way closer to heaven. As far as the skills, they're just not there, man. How many cans are we going to give him before it's time? If honestly, in all truth and not being mean, I would assume Sage has another job in 4 years. I bet you he's not fighting 4 years.
So what would you, if you were his manager coach, would you have him take time off?
It's too late. What are you going to do?
Go somewhere else for a little bit. Train, get better, build a base.
It doesn't work. You're already in the race.
Can you close the holes? Can you close the holes?
No, not in time before you're fighting these tough opponents. How many cans can we come up with? And then think about it, he fought a guy, and this Mickey Gall's by no means a can, but Mickey Gall
had two fights.
Mickey Gall had 2 fights. Yeah. Basically won his thing.
Actually, one fight.
He won what the fight, looking for a fight show, and then he called out CM Punk.
He was his second fight. It was his second fight.
Sage Northcutt. So he's actually a beginner as well.
Yeah.
He fucked Sage up.
Yeah.
Now Mickey Gall would be more of a prodigy than Sage Northcutt.
Yeah. Neither one are prodigy.